Coming up this week on the County Line, we travel to the small town of Valant to celebrate a local landmark's anniversary. We also take you to a local event that involves goats and ropes. Lastly, we see how the track and field team prepares for their season. All this and more coming up. The County Line starts now.
Hello and welcome to the County Line. I'm Drew Trifolis.
Thanks for joining us. I'm Hannah Puchkuski. In Lawrence County this November, a commissioner was chosen for office. Republican Bob Delsignor joins Democrats Dan Vogler and Steve Craig as county commissioner. Delsignor is a lifelong resident of Lawrence County, but this is his first time involved in local politics.
30 years ago, Pennsylvanians revised the Motor Vehicle Code and the Alcohol Highway Safety Program was created. The program mandates DUI coordinators be provided by each county. In Lawrence County, evaluations and the proper referral of offenders for drug and/or alcohol treatment assessment are overseen by the Lawrence County DUI program. A former county commissioner now oversees the DUI program. Director Richard de Blasio explains what he does at his new job.
The basic operation is that, of course, the police do their job. The individuals then have to go before the court. Then they are referred to the Lawrence County DUI program, where they go through a ARD program, and they attend class, which is have instructors from adult probation, juvenile probation, and also here down at the DUI center. They have to go through a series of steps, and the DUI center and employees help them with the process so that they can get their license back as soon as they can. But there is a certain process that they have to go by, and there's also multi-offenders class, first offenders class, and every person that goes by has to do a drug and alcohol assessment that is done by the Lawrence County Drug and Alcohol Commission that is located across the street. In basics, that's what it's all about. They go through a 4-day class that is held at night by instructors that are certified with the Pennsylvania DUI Association. And basically what it's called, it's the Alcohol Safe Driving School.
The Lawrence County DUI program is located at 19 East Washington Street in Newcastle. The DUI program offers a number of classes, including Alcohol Highway Safety School and a juvenile education program. Visit the DUI program's website at lcdui.com for more information.
Amidst all the hustle and bustle of the traffic going from Westminster College to visit the Outlet Mall in Grove City or the many fine restaurants in the area is a little piece of history nestled in between. The Valant Mills is a little store which has undergone 200 years of change. The County Line's Courtney Crown tells us how they are celebrating this milestone.
As the years continue to roll on by, one thing remains a constant for the people in Valant, Pennsylvania. The Valant Mills celebrates its 200th year this year. Let's take a look at how this little shop has stood the test of time.
To Cheryl Geidner and her husband, the Valant Mills means more than just a place to shop. It's a building which has provided income and support for the little town of Valant since it was built in 1812. For people like Geidner who have spent many years in Valant, she sees the mill as a focal point in the small town.
I think it's phenomenal because we don't have a lot of old things in this country, so for some building to be in existence for 200 years is fantastic.
Geidner's husband is president of the Volant Community Development Corporation, which purchased the mill in 2006. The company is currently working hard to renovate the mill in time for the 200th anniversary celebration during the month of September. On the first Saturday of September, the month-long celebration will begin with the year 1812, and each additional Saturday will celebrate 50-year increments until the mill in its present day is celebrated. Sponsors are planning to include reenacts, grain grinding, food, and entertainment in the festivities. No matter what the celebration includes, Geidner just wants it to provide fun for the community.
It's something, exciting, because it is a very exciting event for the building.
Longtime Pulaski, PA resident Susan Smith enjoys visiting the Volant Mills to buy the unique knickknacks found within the shop. She appreciates having the Volant Mills in her community because it makes the town one of a kind.
I think it brings in customers. I think it makes it kind of quaint and makes people realize, what we really have.
Currently, a mill renovator is working on renovating another aspect of Volant. He is getting the mill to function again, which will allow it to grind grain. The last time the mill had this ability was about 40 years ago. They are currently accepting donations from anyone who is willing to help. Everyone is encouraged to come and help celebrate this historic occasion.
To see a building that's been here for 200 years, that's unusual in this country, and it should be a great celebration.
Tired of being cooped up in the house? Looking for some fun and fresh air? Well, Volant Shops will hold its Cabin Fever Day in mid-February. Get out and browse new merchandise while enjoying complimentary hot beverages. The Volant Shops are open 361 days a year. They're open Monday through Saturday from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. and Sunday from noon until 5 p.m.
Coming up, we meet the North Carolina kid on Titantown Sports.
But first, after the break, we learn about Pennsylvania's largest goat roping event.
Stay tuned, more County Line is on the way.
Imagine a day away from home unwinding in the Amish countryside. Spend the afternoon exploring the rich Amish culture. Wrap yourself in a cozy handmade quilt. Discover an orchard that dates back 150 years. Enjoy the freshest local produce. Treat yourself to great home cooking. Relax along the Neshannock Creek. Visit New Wilmington, the heart of Western Pennsylvania's Amish country.
This message is a community service from the New Wilmington Chamber of Commerce and WCN.
Westminster College is great for working around my schedule. I'm April Stewart. I'm an empty nester. I work full-time and I also work part-time. Westminster College has a flexible schedule that allows me to choose. Going to college is not something that I always thought I would be able to do. The flexible schedule at Westminster College has really enabled me to pursue something that I thought would never be able to come true. And so this has been a lifelong dream of mine.
Goats are playful, furry farm animals. The County Line's Brittany Grego spent the afternoon with a goat farmer and learned many benefits of goat farming. She learned there are two different types of goat farming. One Lawrence County farmer is trying to make the goat more popular than ever before.
They see me and it's usually not good things.
Shenango High School grad Eric Irvin discovered his love of animals at the age of 8. He found his true love, Mindy.
I tried to get him to come shear my sheep, and he never left after he sheared my sheep the first
time. And they settled on the farm right here in Butler.
We roughly have about 200 total head of sheep right now. We're at 12 to 15 goats. Then we have a few cows and a half dozen horses.
With the improvement of the market, the Irvins recently added goats to their farm. But why goats, do you ask?
Goats are trying to diversify the market. They coexist with the sheep very well and seem to work well together, and kind of trying to diversify the business and have some other aspects and markets for sales and revenue.
A lot of people use goats for milk or cheese and even for meat, but you can even use them as pets.
Dairy goats need milk twice a day, so Eric only raises meat goats.
When we refer to a meat goat, that's what's going to butcher. It's what's going to be eaten and consumed. So you have a lot of ethnic groups that are really into it, and the demand for it has truly increased over the last 5 years.
Several different cultures feature goat as a delicacy.
It's actually a very diversified market. Middle Eastern and Mediterranean foods are very big in goat. If you're at I've seen it a few times being out of town, but you get into the more upscale restaurants and you look on a menu, you'll see something called chevaise. That is actually goat meat.
Eric expects his goat population to increase to 30 goats next year. But he says he will never see a day where goats will outnumber the sheep.
Same ethnic groups and people that like lamb also like goat also like lamb, and it's very well consumed. And the price difference between goat and lamb, I can't justify having more goats than lambs right now.
He breeds the goats in the spring and fall to prepare for the big markets at Easter and Christmas time. By next year at this time, he'll be ready to sell some kids. But the goats don't have to be sold. Some are used just as pets on the farm.
They're fun, they're playful. You really have to have some space for them because they can be a bit hard on the neighbors, I guess. They will eat everything they're not supposed to, from your flower garden to your vegetable garden.
He suggests anyone planning to raise goats to browse the internet for some great ideas. In Butler County, I'm Brittany Grego for the County Line.
Goats are making their debut in the movie industry as well this year. A new movie coming out in 2012 is called Goats. Directed by Christopher Neal and based off a book by Mark Poyer, the movie is about a 15-year-old getting ready to leave his luxurious home and start his freshman year at prep school. The film focuses the relationship between the 15-year-old and the family's friend, Goatman.
While goats make excellent farm animals, one Mercer County man found another use for them. During the summer, David Zibrovius holds cattle roping events at his ranch in Fredonia. When winter comes, he heads into the barn to rope something a little smaller. The County Line's Joe Ligo travels to the Circle Z Bar Ranch to see Pennsylvania's largest goat roping event.
The cold weather may keep cowboys indoors, but it doesn't keep them from staying busy.
One option is to head on over to Circle Z Bar Ranch in Fredonia, Pennsylvania, where you can join some of the other cowboys in a little bit of the unique sport of goat roping.
Ranch owner David Zibrovius invited me to Pennsylvania's largest goat roping event, where cowboys old and young show off their skills.
The goats are brought up from a pen through a series of wire panels. From there, they're funneled into the chute, where they're released into the arena to try and be roped.
A task easier said than done. The goats often avoid getting caught.
The ropers go through a process called heading and heeling, where the one on the left tries to get the front end of the goat, and the guy on the right is faced with the much harder task of roping the rear feet.
To add to the excitement, they time all the contestants. I watched as goat after goat got away. One man even roped his goat by the ear. One roper told me the trick is to move with your goat, stay beside him, then tie him.
Why goats?
Oh, they're affordable, and they work for what we like to do. And I mean, I know guys that rope sheep, pigs, lambs. The goats seem to work for us here at the ranch.
But the goats aren't the only attraction at the ranch. Dave holds dummy roping, where contestants ride a mechanical horse. Whoever can jump down and tie up a wooden calf the fastest wins. And not just bragging rights.
Falling on my butt, 16-0!
They win cash. Money aside, many participants come just for the good time.
What does it take to win? Is it about speed or is it about focus?
Mostly about getting back up off the ground once you fall. Mostly is what it takes to win here tonight anyways, but just a lot of practice.
Now, have you been to other events here at the ranch?
No, this is my first time here.
Do you think you're going to come back?
Oh, yeah.
It's a fun evening for the whole family. In fact, Dave's own two sons help run the event.
It teaches them a lot. It teaches them some responsibility, why it's running a concession stand. It's teaching them all about money and how things work in the real world.
So even when it's too cold to take the horses out of the barn, these cowboys and cowgirls still find a way to have fun.
Because of the weather in this part of the country, you're limited. So this way everybody can still get together, camaraderie of everybody that likes to rope, gives us something to do.
So if you're looking for something different to do this season, visit Circle Z Bar Ranch and watch a goat roping. Or if you're feeling ambitious, you can always try your hand at roping a goat. I'm Joe Ligo for the County Line.
Coming up, we look into the world of Westminster athletics on Titantown Sports.
Stay tuned. More County Line is on the way.
Look around you. 1 in 4 kids in the U.S. faces hunger. It's not always easy to see the signs, but in this land of plenty, there are kids that don't know where they will get their next meal. Join Share Our Strength in Food Network and take the pledge to end childhood hunger here in America by 2015. Learn how at NoKidHungry.org. Their next meal could come from you.
Westminster was founded in 1852 as one of the nation's earliest coeducational colleges. Our timeless mission of developing individuals intellectually, spiritually, and socially has helped Westminster become one of the country's top liberal arts colleges. Experience tradition the Westminster way. The liberal arts work at Westminster College. Westminster graduates have a 96% placement rate. They have developed the skills needed to succeed in any field. That's what makes the liberal arts so powerful and flexible. Experience success the Westminster way.
Hello and welcome to Titantown Sports. I'm Connor Kobus. Athletes come to Westminster College from all necks of the woods. Each has their own unique path, which brought them right here to New Wilmington. Titantown Sports' Adam Carswell shows us the journey of men's basketball player Evan Harville, who comes to Westminster all the way from North Carolina.
How you doing? I'm good.
Meet Evan Harville. He's not your typical Westminster student. Although he's a perfect fit in the campus community, you'd never think someone from Charlotte, North Carolina could blend in so well being 10 hours away from home. Besides a great education and a chance to explore a new state, one other thing inspired Evan Harville's journey to New Wilmington. Basketball has played a major role in Evan's life. In the 2010-2011 season, Evan attended the United Faith Christian Academy in Charlotte, where he was a team captain and won a state championship. As a freshman at Westminster, Evan continues to improve and feed his love for the game every day. Freshman guard John Romero explained Evan's role and importance on the Titan basketball team.
If we didn't have each other, I'm telling you, it would be tough. Evan, he's a character. This team wouldn't be the same without him. He brings everybody into a different mood. He knows how to brighten the area. He's everybody's comic relief, and he's really good. He has really good work ethics. So we just push through it. We already know that this is not the end. It's just the beginning.
Aside from basketball, Evan invests his time in other various ways around campus. Schoolwork is always one of Harville's top priorities. He's an ideal classroom student that puts the extra work in because he knows it will pay off.
He hasn't missed any classes. He comes to class prepared, yes. He does do the homework. He's studious. Keep doing what he's doing, and a little more maybe because it's going to get a little harder.
Evan is majoring in English and has already made strides into the field prior to college.
Everyone keeps asking me about it, and I'm not going to tell you. You just have to read it. I think if you just Google it, Google 3 Inch Heels by Evan Harville. You read it, find it. Don't knock it till you try it. Don't judge the title. I think you'll love it. So.
At the end of a long day, nothing makes Harville feel more at home than being with his friends. His roommates Mike Matisse and Steven Farringer explained what it's like living with the North Carolina kid.
Evan, I thought his name was Edmund because his mom walked by the door and said, "Oh, Edmund's your roommate," or like next door. I was like, Edmund, like my roommate's name's Edmund. I'm gonna have a good year. Got a little nervous at the same time because a kid with the name Edmund might be kind of strange.
Like the last couple of days, it's been like technically snowing, but only like a few drops, like snowflakes have dropped. Like he thinks that's like full blown like snowing, and we're like, that's nothing. Just wait until it's actually everything's covered in white. I just don't think he gets that yet.
Started out in Charlotte, North Carolina, is currently in New Wilmington, Pennsylvania. Who knows where Evan Harville will wind up in the future? But one thing is for certain. No matter how far or close to home Evan is, his ability to make friends and meet new people will always be there, along with his passion for the game of basketball. For the County Line, I'm Adam Carswell.
In the world of track and field, individual accomplishments are the main focus. One exception to this, however, is the 4x100 meter relay. In this particular event, 4 people must work together to succeed. Titantown Sports' Josh Dunn takes us behind the scenes with the Westminster 4x100 meter relay team to find out the keys to success in this event. That's it for Titantown Sports. Stay tuned. More County Line is on the way.
There's a place where the music never stops, where you can tune in day and night. Commercial free, Titan Radio 88.9.
Titan Traverse wants groups of all ages and size to get a grip on leadership skills, swing into teamwork, elevate their flexibility, handle problem solving, and step up the self-confidence. Call today for your custom-made learning adventure.
As we usher in the second half of the winter season, conditions have been typical with plenty of cold temperatures, snow, and ice.
Schools have seen delays with freezing rain and ice, but many Westminster students wonder why they never get a snow day or delay.
The County Line's Marshall Capelli shows us how Westminster College's physical plant keeps the walkways and parking lots free of snow and ice.
Here at Westminster College, we get a wide variety of weather. Western Pennsylvania is notorious for bad weather, and dealing with it can be a problem. The winter months are no exception. While you're walking to your class, you probably wonder who keeps our campus safe and clear of snow. Well, you can look no farther than Westminster's physical plant. I recently got to speak with physical plant director Owen Wagner to talk about the steps they take to fight snow.
The first thing is it starts in the summer. We order in our salt. And we try to determine how much salt we're going to need for the year. Then, of course, we're spending time working on the equipment, getting it ready, getting our plows ready, making sure our trucks are ready to go. But the key thing, there's 3 basic keys to it. First of all is making sure that you fight the ice, that you get it down, get salt down as early as you can, and then try to move the snow in a way that it won't really create a problem for pedestrians or drivers. Since we're a pedestrian campus, we try to make sure that the walkways are kept clean as soon as possible.
Yep, but Mr. Wagner does not do it alone. He has a whole crew devoted to snow removal.
Well, there's the grounds crew, of which there are 5, but then also the custodians generally get in. They're doing about 30 feet out from the building, trying to get the entrances, especially those buildings where they're assigned. But then they try to make sure the entrances are clear so the people can get in and get out safely. But the 5 grounds guys are the ones that move most of the snow.
Those hard-working employees start every morning, but all their equipment makes the job easier.
Well, we have 2 basic pieces of equipment. First, the one we like to talk to is this piece here, which is a small tractor with a blade. It also has an ability to spread the salt on the back end there, has a spreader back there. So that's the primary piece that we use. The other piece, which we're going to go take a look at, is the plow, which is on the front of a dump truck and a spreader on the back, and that becomes that mostly for our large work in and around on the roads.
Mr. Wagner also explained some common misconceptions about dealing with winter weather.
Well, I think the first thing is that complete removal of the snow and ice is that somehow it's going to be clear, it's going to be without any snow or any ice on the pavement. that's never that's never going to happen, because the best we can do is just keep it under control so that it doesn't end up becoming a walking or driving hazard. People are still going to have to have shoes that are worthy of them to be walking around in this kind of weather. Tennis shoes, high heels, spiked shoes, just are not satisfactory for getting around.
There you have it. When weather strikes, Physical Plant will be there to save us. I'm Marshall Capelli reporting for the County Line.
PennDOT offers tips to drivers and homeowners for dealing with winter conditions. While driving in snowy or icy conditions, drivers should reduce their speed if the condition warrants, as well as prepare their vehicle. The vehicle's wiper blades should work properly, check tires for proper inflation, and maintain fluids. Lastly, make sure your gas tank is at least half full. PennDOT warns motorists to be careful on bridges and ramps and always be cautious of black ice. PennDOT also reminds homeowners that live along state routes to prepare their mailboxes for heavy snow from plows. PennDOT does not replace damaged mailboxes. To find out more information, visit PennDOT's website.
PA is the first state in the nation to adopt new driver's license security features. PennDOT developed a new security hologram that makes it easier to spot fake driver's licenses and identification cards. The new hologram is of higher resolution and clearly visible in bright, moderate, and even low light temperatures.
Keep tuning in to the County Line. We have more news on the way.
Can't make it to the game? We've got a solution. Just tune in with The Titan. Watch the Westminster Cable Network or visit WCNlive.com. Don't forget to tune in with The Titan.
The Westminster Cable Network is your only option for full coverage for high school and collegiate sports, along with the latest for campus and community news. Enjoy WCN's coverage all day, every day on WCN247.com. WCN 24/7 is also on Facebook. Find us today at facebook.com/WCN247 and never miss out on Lawrence County's top stories.
With a 300% increase in applications in the last 3 years and top rankings nationally in educational quality and value, it's the perfect time to discover Westminster College. Discover the core values that separate Westminster from other colleges. Discover the Westminster Way.
Looking to help others while having some wet and wild fun? The Lawrence County Habitat for Humanity hosts its first annual Polar Bear Plunge. The plunge will take place at Moraine State Park on Saturday, February 19th. Those willing to take the jump must first raise $100 in pledges and must register as soon as possible. For more information, check out the Douse for a House Facebook page.
Ash Wednesday is only weeks away, and many churches are gearing up for the first fish fry season. Ash Wednesday is on February 22nd. Westminster College will offer a worship service at 7:30 p.m. that evening, and many churches will hold fish fries Ash Wednesday and every Friday during Lent.
This semester, the County Line has a new schedule. Due to broadcasts of local basketball games, the County Line will air daily at 6:30, 7:30, 8:30, 9:30, and 10:30, both a.m. and p.m.
That will do it for us here at the County Line.
Be sure to tune in for all your news needs.
Also, be sure to log on to WCN247.com for all your campus updates and community connections.
We'll see you right back here
at the County Line.